Oh, I got you. I got you on a cold open. What the hell is a feminine penis?
What?
What the hell is a feminine penis?
I mean, I don't know. It probably has thigh highs and works in IT.
Master BATR Cast. Bass on the left and Slacker on the right. Two idiots who masturbate all night, talking about nothing at all, just throwing shit at the wall. This tavern's got no atmosphere. Ever since we stepped in here, pull up a chair and pick up a drink, 'cause we got topics that'll make you not think. Master BATR Cast.
Oh, God. Oh, shit.
Ooh woo.
Oh, God. Oh, fucking hell.
That soundboard is too fucking fun.
Thigh highs and a fucking works IT. Oh, shit. Might Orth get here?
Oh, no.
Oh, God. Fucking Christ.
All right.
And that was the end of the scene of our new series called Postell.
Postellianism.
Right? Shit.
Ugh.
Oh my God. But no, fucking. Oh man, speaking of Postell, I figure we'll just get right into it.
All right.
Get into commenting on the comments. We got, I think we only got just the one from them. Not getting any more,
right.
which is fine. Nobody feels like talking to us, It's not like I, hear the shotgun in the corner of the room talking to me like the Goblin Mask, the Green Goblin Mask.
Misery, misery, misery.
Have you ever wondered what the Kurt Cobain POV felt like? No. So, here we go. We got at Gary Postell 6973. He is saying, bad take as always. Now, this is on our commenting on the comments and Fallout. Bad take as always. Boz controls the conversation while his yes man just agrees with everything. Not sure why this artwork is the only focal point, but it looks terrible. And we'll kind of break this one down. So,
all right.
Are you my yes man?
No, and fuck you for suggesting so. I mean, gee, it's almost like we have a podcast together because we agree on a large variety of things, because I don't imagine that, at least in a digital format, us yelling over each other because we disagree about every single little thing would be very good for a podcast.
No,
just as it so happens, we have a lot of hobbies and, certain views in common. So there you go.
And, when we do disagree, we discuss it civilly and, come to some form of common grounds. And if it's one of those things where there is no common ground to be had, then that is what it is. It's no big deal. We move on and, carry on about our lives. But obviously, Postell does not like that. Postell wants us screaming and yelling at each other, calling each other filthy names and, all that shit. Cutting ties. You son of a bitch, you disagree with me? You think hair that is longer than 12 inches is offensive? Because you can't tell if it's a man or a woman?
I mean, let's be honest. Let's be transparent. You and me have disagreed pretty vehemently on a few things in terms of politics and religion, but
sure,
this is mainly a D&D podcast, so it's not like every time we have a disagreement you're gonna boot up OBS and start recording.
Well, no, and on top of that, I mean, you know, if we agreed on everything, it'd make for a terrible fucking, you know, session, a sit down, a podcast.
Exactly.
You know, there's got to be some disagreement. So now,
No, there doesn't. No,
yeah,
there doesn't.
Yeah, there does.
There doesn't have to be any disagreement.
You motherfucker!
No,
I
no.
swear
You know
to
what,
God.
Boz? I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. You show up here every day, and you're just so kind and respectful, and you let me say what I want to say. I'm tired of it.
I know.
What if I want to be a yes man?
How dare I? How dare I? Now, Boz, me controlling the conversation. It's because I'm Jewish. Moving on to the next one. The focal point of the artwork. So it's to give you guys something to look at. Now, granted, I get it. It's a still image, not much going on there. However, you know, it's there if you want to look at it. If you don't, that's fine. Don't look at it. Pay YouTube money so that you can lock your phone or whatever, and you know, listen to us that way. That's fine. Or maybe it's just, you know, the Jew in me going, hey, I need to burn this image into their TV so that or their phone so that they have to get a new one and just keep repeating the cycle. You know, it could be that.
Or so that you can subconsciously plant Zionist ideas inside their minds so that they won't notice that the reptilian race is taking over the government.
Exactly. I need this guy fucking taken out right now. He knows too much.
I mean, I'll be candid. Originally, when you said we were going to talk about the whole Postell thing, I'll be honest, it kind of irked me a little bit. What you said, Postell. But you know, took a step back and realized everyone's entitled to their own opinion. You know, it's unfortunate that you're irritated by that, but all I would have to say is, you know, if it bothers you that much, you're more than free to listen to another channel that is more in line with your worldview. If it doesn't bother you enough to go watch, you know, other content somewhere else, learn to live with it. And I sincerely pray that you don't have any anger in your soul. That's all I'll say about that.
And also that goes into the comment that I left of thanks for the engagement, princess. Because again, thank you. Any little bit counts and we appreciate it. And that leads us into part 2 of Postell's comment where he goes, I knew you guys like to pitch and catch for the same team, probably have satanic orgies together while you do D&D. That's why you edit your videos so terribly, out of breath and can't sit right. I hope you get deported. Well,
that's a pretty good bait if I say so myself.
That was pretty fucking good. That took me out of it. Holy shit, that was funny. Because
the second part of that whole exchange,
the implications there is I'm too busy getting fucked in the ass and sucking dick to fucking edit right.
We should be so lucky to live in a world, right?
You know? Like, holy shit. And I'm unfortunately I can't get deported.
Not for nothing, Postell. Not for nothing. I mean, your argument there is flawed to begin with, even if it was to be taken seriously.
Well,
blood orgies. I mean, he's Jewish. Adrenochrome is expensive. He's not going to pay for that.
Yeah, you know, I like to pinch my pennies here. You know? I mean, fuck, dude. Come on, give me some credit. Jeez. You know, but yeah, that's exactly what we do, you know. At once every 2 weeks, me and the guys like to get together to play D&D. And we record the session while we just fuck each other and suck each other off. And, you know, by the time it comes time for me to edit, I'm so just fucking exhausted, out of breath, and my ass hurts, obviously, because the hemorrhoids.
That's also because 2 out of the 7 days of the week you spend it polishing your statue to Baphomet. So,
well, that and my menorah, you know, got to make sure I polish that too. You know, I can't always just sit in my Jew cave and make candles. You know, so, but yeah. That one was good. And I'm gonna be honest, my retort did fall flat because, I mean, fuck, that one, that was pretty damn good. You know, you're right. White privilege is showing. To fix this, please stop looking at baby carrots enviously, sir or ma'am. We do not judge. Now that did fall flat. I'll be honest. Comparatively to his shit, I should have just been done right there. I should.
Yeah, I gotta admit, he gave you a pretty good quick 1-2 combo.
Oh, dude, that was a 1-2-3. That was it. I was out. I should have had the towel thrown in, but you know, my pride. I'll be honest. I was like, I can't just let this man fucking close out this, and then we get that pretty sad excuse for a retort. And then Crazy Vid Man comments, Gary Postell, damn sugar tits, you'd make a good bottom with all that bitching and moaning you're doing. What
the hell is that?
A bottom. I mean, if a bottom's bitching and moaning, I mean, you know, I don't think you'd want to fuck them anymore. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if we have a gay following, but please, if you could in the comments, if you're a top, please let us know if you would continue to dick down a bottom that was bitching and moaning.
Yeah, melt Postell's sanity and what's left of his tolerance with all this satanic homosexual overtones in the comments.
I hope so. I'm not even gonna lie. I hope that we have a demographic of everybody that likes to watch us that goes, hey, you know what? These guys speak to my soul.
I mean, I said it on like episode 2. D&D is for everybody, so you know that includes people like Postell, and I do mean what I said earlier, man. I will sincerely pray for you that you have no hatred in your heart or in your soul at the end of the day, and I do hope that this was bait. If it was, hey, it was pretty funny. So you know.
While he prays for your soul, I'll ask Baphomet for revenge.
Cancel it out.
But yeah, then I retorted with he makes a better hummy cans than anything. Sitting there getting his jollies while everyone else does all the work. Now, that is a touching upon, you know, Postell's incessant complaining about our editing and our content, which again doesn't make any sense because it's just like, if you don't like it, don't watch it. We're glad that you watch it. There's obviously a reason you watch it. Maybe it's just to shit on us, and that's fine. I mean, I'm cool with it. I'm about it. It's engagement. If anything, you're giving us engagement. But yeah, I think Postell would make a better cuck than anything, because he sits there and watches us do the work that we're doing, gets his jollies off.
I don't play D&D. I just sit in the corner and watch my dice.
Yeah, right? I just watch other people roll my dice.
Burning with jealousy, burning with anger,
as I tear
fire
up,
the likes of which any mortal man had never seen before,
as I
until
tear
it
up
melts
and
away the
stroke.
last of my inhibitions, and I wring the neck of my competition dry as the last whisper of life clings desperately to their lips.
Jesus, that was oddly homoerotic.
Sorry, I blacked out for a second.
Strangling it.
What did you say?
Oh. Strangling it till the last seed of life shoots forth from its tip.
Bouncing on it crazy style.
Oh, shit. But thank you, Postell, for the engagement. We appreciate it. We're still confused by your presence. However, we do appreciate it, and we will still have fun with it. Hopefully you watch this.
I'm looking forward to another comment from Anal Bum Cover.
Dude, what happened to Anal Bum Cover? Or so it's an album cover, but Anal Bum Cover is a better way to call that, call that kid or dude, or hell, it could be a chick. We don't even know. Yeah, hasn't commented in a while. So hopefully everything's okay there. If he's just doing D&D, because last I heard on the comments, he was playing D&D, and it's just like, cool, cool shit.
I know firsthand how much it can take priority over your life when you get really invested in a campaign from the campaigns I ran years ago. So
ain't that the craziest thing? D&D is the most addicting game, yet it's hard to actually get together and play it.
Yep, that's I mean, I've said it before. That's the real big bad of D&D, scheduling conflict.
Yeah, no
as
kidding.
We've seen over the last few episodes of the Fallout campaign, because Chico hasn't been there.
Very true. Very true. Chico hasn't
but
been there.
He's a busy boy. He's got a lot of important stuff going on. So
yeah, he does. Visiting family, you know, doing the family thing, being married, you know, that kind of shit.
Being married, what a loser. His life's over. He may as well throw in the towel.
I mean, I completely agree. I'll be your yes man on this one. Fucking loser.
There you go. It's the opposite day. Okay.
So getting into our topic, if we're done reverse glazing Postell. Yeah, right. We're glazing them in reverse with our ass. Oh,
we're goop looping him.
Goop loop. There, that's what we're gonna call that. Careful, we might have to goop loop you. And that's only
goop looping makes me feel good.
That's only after the satanic orgies. You know, the natural lube helps.
Or unnatural lube.
What the fuck are you into? Jesus.
Well, I mean, if it's satanic rituals, it's going to be like ectoplasm and like black ichor and shit, right? So unnatural lube.
Stop. I'm hard already. Fuck. But you have a skeleton, I believe you called it, of a tabletop system, a Wild West themed or tabletop system.
Oh yeah, I thought you were talking about the skeleton under my bed of the man that I murdered in 1984 when I wasn't alive yet. But yes.
I make love to him quite frequent.
Don't ask where I was on May 7th, 1984 in Yellowstone National Park.
Yo, why is the FBI calling me?
It's prank. So yeah, the FBI agent, the one FBI agent, unfortunate enough to be tasked with watching our podcast. Everything I just said was satire, not to be taken seriously. But yeah, I have a skeleton for like basically a basic mold for a Wild West tabletop system. I mentioned it in passing a while ago to either you or Mydorth. I don't remember if it was on recording or not when we were doing a session, or if it was just like before or after. But I really like Powered by the Apocalypse system. I think like having the 2d6 thing is very simple. It simplifies a lot of stuff. Of course, depending on what modules you're playing and if it's third-party modules, whatever, there's a lot of extra stuff that can come with it. But for the most part, Powered by the Apocalypse is very simple, very easy to pick up. I would argue in a lot of cases it's a lot easier than 5e even. But I like to kind of just sit down and like brainstorm my own like modules and rule sets and stuff, because I think it's a lot of fun, especially considering how unpredictable it is with, you know, Dungeons and Dragons and Wizards of the Coast, the fact that it's owned by Hasbro, and you know, who knows what they're going to be doing in the future, because they already almost ruined it twice.
No kidding.
So yeah, I basically it wasn't like any sort of like brand like high fantasy thing. There's no magic or monsters involved or anything like that. It was very just simply like you're a group of outlaws, and the entire module that I was going to make like as like a starter module is just based around doing robberies in the Old West and like building your names as like a band of outlaws to not be trifled with, and stacking riches and stuff. So like robbing banks, robbing trains, robbing like high profile buildings and targets and stuff like that. And sort of similar to Powered by the Apocalypse in like the simplicity of the structure. But instead of 2d6, it's a 2d8 system. I don't know if that's something that already exists. It probably does, because there's hundreds, if not thousands, of systems already out there for that use polyhedral dice. But yeah, I use 2d8 for like skill checks and stuff like that. And then, you know, like health points goes up with the level and stuff. So a lot of that is very similar to like Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder. And there's skills and unique weapons and stuff like that. I'd be down to go more into detail on it in like a later episode later down the line, but I don't want to take up the whole thing for now.
How crunchy is this system? Like how number crunchy? Yeah. Like how often are you adding and subtracting?
I mean, it depends on your level. The higher up your level and the more rare the weapons and stuff you get are, the more damage you're going to do and stuff like that. And obviously higher leveled enemies, they're going to do more damage to you. So it's kind of just a what's the word? It's compounding. It compounds with level, like how many dice you roll, but it's nothing too complicated. It's all based off of like D8s and D6s and D4s. I don't think there's anything higher than that.
Cause yeah, fucking the only reason I don't do Pathfinder, because I mean it is the more superior game in terms of, you know, all the shit that they have for it. I mean, the only reason I don't do that is because it's so damn number crunchy. And me personally, I don't want to sit here and take, 10, 15 minutes trying to add up or subtract fucking numbers.
Well, I'll put it to you this way. There's only 4 skills that you have to keep track of. There's a shoot skill, a sneak skill, a fight skill, and a talk skill, which I think I originally named Gab instead of talk, but it seemed out of place, so I just replaced it with talk. And then there's 4 main classes that you can kind of fall into, and for as like a starting point. So like there's Gunslinger, which is basically dexterity build based off of the shoot skill, which is standard for dexterity. There's Scoundrel, which is like a thief, like you're light-footed. You start off with higher points in your sneak skill. There's Brawler, which is obviously like the strong man. You start off with points in your fight skill, and then Silver Tongue, which is sort of similar to Rogue, but you're more like sort of similar to like a Rogue build to the Scoundrel build, but you're more in direct contact, like sabotage, espionage, subterfuge, all that kind of stuff. So you start out with points in your talking skill.
Yeah, that's Silver Tongue. Sliding up in a soiled dove.
So yeah, I tried to make it as simple as I could without making it simple to the point where there was no room for customization.
Oh, it makes sense. I mean, sorry, I was in mid yawn. I just woke up. No, fucking, yeah, no, I mean, it sounds pretty simplistic. It sounds like it'd be easy to grasp too.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, at some point, I'll go into it a later episode down the line, and then you and me can talk more about it behind the scenes, but I would love to do like a one-off testing it at some point.
Yeah, we could do that. I don't see any issue with it.
So yeah, maybe in the next coming months, or who knows, even years, knowing us, you can look out for that.
Yeah, very true. I mean, we'd have to have images and shit like that for it, so that Postell can bitch about them, or so that others can actually enjoy it. Who knows?
You made your own system. Why would you do that? It's horrible. D&D and Pathfinder are so much better, and they already exist.
Why would you have creativity? Creativity is the gateway to homosexuality.
The Wild West didn't actually happen, right?
It's nothing but a government lie.
It's a lie told to you by Democrat slave owners. Perpetuated by the deep state.
Oh, shit. Now we're getting into some Alex Jones shit. God.
You get in my face with that, I'll beat your goddamn ass, you son of a bitch. You piece of shit. I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
Oh, that soundboard, I tell you. Oh,
sorry, headphone listeners, because that frog's sound is like cranked way up.
Yeah. I don't know why or how it got so cranked up, but Discord for the time being doesn't charge you for having soundboard. So
you want to talk about crunchy? Grab a audio clip of Alex Jones yelling into his microphone and turn up the gain by 300%.
Oh God,
it's gonna sound like Pop Rocks in a bottle of Sprite.
Oh, no kidding. Speaking of fucking Discord, did you hear that they got a new CEO and they're gonna make the company
and it's
public?
It's one of the guys from Blizzard, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, I can't wait to pay $8.99 per Discord call.
Shit. I am not looking forward to that, because the thing is they're talking about taking it public, which means that they're wanting investors. Problem is what the hell are they going to invest in?
Right.
That's the thing. Either one of two things is going to happen. Either Discord is going to change for the worst, where everything is going to have a price to it. Now, I highly doubt anybody's getting grandfathered in, but they're probably going to put a limit on the amount of servers you can have.
Yeah, or they're going to make it like a monthly service thing, no matter what.
Very possible for that. They'll have a free option.
You're going to have to make money somewhere.
Well, they'll have a free option, and that free option is just going to be terrible. I mean, we've already seen in the past years, Discord calls suck ass. The longer they go on, the worse they get.
And I mean, how many times per session do me or Max have to drop out of the call?
Oh, it's
like
happening
6 or 7 times.
It's happening to me too, where I'm having to drop out of the call because none of you guys can hear me.
Yep.
So it's just like, all right, well, let me drop out of the call. Now, granted, internet's not perfect. However, I do pay for a very large amount of megabytes per month.
A very robust internet package.
Exactly. So, I mean, the internet's not perfect. However, I'm not running off of Wi-Fi either. I'm hardwired in. So, the drop-in, drop-outs shouldn't be that bad. However, with the Discord, it seems like, oh, well, you guys have been on a call for, 30 minutes. So let's start making your quality shit. So if Discord decides to make it a monthly service, we'll probably have to move to something else. Me and Aurelius have already been kind of looking into that as is.
Looking into like Zoom or something?
Something. We don't know exactly what. Something that makes sense. Something where I can take everything from the Discord that I've put and I could put it just transfer, copy and paste. It'd take me a couple days, but copy and paste.
Do you have everything already backed up on like text files somewhere or something?
Fuck no. You think I'm that fucking ahead of it? No. Most of it's just in my head. So that's where everything stays, is in my head. I don't have any fucking backups. You kidding? That's how I knew that we subscribed to something. That's another thing. On our YouTube channel, we subscribed to some shit that we were subscribed to some shit that I didn't subscribe to. And that was fucking wild. Some fucking real estate douchebag. I was like, yeah, no, goodbye.
I would highly suggest that we subscribe to the Wigger law firm.
No, I'm good off of them.
That's a real thing.
No, I know it is. But it's still, I mean, this this asshole, because when I go to post videos, I go to the YouTube thing and then I go to the studio. And I'm scrolling down and I see another subscription that I didn't click. Because what the fuck am I going to look at real estate for?
Well, we gotta get the B.A.T.R Hype House.
Yeah, fuck that. It'll be a box.
Get our own G-Subs flavor, get some get some fraud controversy going, some crypto controversy.
Oh God, no.
That's how you make it big. You become a piece of shit human being. Didn't anyone tell you?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna try to avoid that, I'm not trying to be a piece of shit. I'm just trying to be a dude that enjoys what he's doing, and that's about it. And hopefully the people that I'm doing it with are either
boss.
enjoying it.
Postell already pointed out, we all know that you're sitting in like a big, like $50,000 suit with like a gold encrusted yarmulke on your head, leaning back in your razor chair, sipping umbilical cords out of a brandy snifter. We all know it.
You son of a bitch, I shared that with you in confidence. You motherfucker. You said you wouldn't say.
I had my fingers crossed. Sorry.
Yeah, crossed in your ass. Jesus. Postell was right about you, you motherfucker. But no, fuck that shit. Get some controversy going on. Fuck. Had enough of that to last me a lifetime. Jesus. Yep. But no, fucking
yeah.
Yeah, if Discord changes, we're gonna have to switch, because me personally, I'm not paying fucking Discord to because they already got that Nitro shit. And that Nitro shit's such a fucking rip. Like you get more bandwidth or whatever for the calls, but you could boost a server.
Yeah, I mean, I'm convinced that they intentionally like pump the brakes on anyone who's not using Nitro. Because how many times have I had to drop out of the call and come back and tell you, oh yeah, the right next to voice connected, when it was showing the like the audio input lag, it was saying like 5,000 milliseconds.
Jesus,
how many times does that happen? That's happened like 36 times.
Yeah, that's fucking ridiculous. Because no, fuck that. So no, what's going to happen is they're most likely going to have a tier system, kind of like how they do with their Nitro. And if you want it, because it's convenient. Right now it's convenient because, I've got 2 servers set up completely. And, transferring them's not going to be easy. However, I'm not going to pay to continue to use the same shit I use. I'd much rather just say fuck it and go somewhere else.
Bro, I'm looking through the just normal B.A.T.R gaming server, because you were saying that, and I looked in the Bard Boy Records tab, and I scroll up and I just see an AI picture of Deep Pity in like a Renaissance outfit.
Oh shit, let me see this. Oh, you're in the I know which one you're in.
Yeah, Bard Boy Records.
Yes, and that's actually Bocephus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's Bocephus in his carnival attire.
No.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep. Richie chose that, so I was like, all right, because he didn't want.
That does look like something that would be in the Nuka World DLC.
Yeah, well, and he also didn't want Bocephus, because that's the problem with AI. I don't know if you've noticed. I've noticed this, especially in as of late, because the description for Bocephus was simply, a tall black man in, it was tall, handsome black man in, I think it was like carnival attire, and we spent about 30 to 45 minutes trying to just get the best one, because they all made this guy fucking like abnormally buff and oiled up. And it's just like, the fuck, man. Nowhere in there did we say muscles or oil. We just said tall, handsome black man in carnival attire. Like, it is that fucking simple. But then you get, these images where it's just like, oh, look at how big my arms are. He's in a fucking suit. And it's just like, buddy, that's not carnival attire. That's a suit.
He kind of looks like Kawhi Leonard if he was playing in Hamilton.
I don't know who that is, but I'll take your word.
NBA player.
Oh. I only know Larry Bird. He was the best damn basketball player ever.
He definitely does not look like Larry Bird.
I didn't say he does. He does. I said the only basketball player I know is Larry Bird.
Mm.
Jesus.
The hick from Westlake.
But no, fucking yeah, AI is getting weird. Like I've been seeing people that'll put an image into AI and they'll say, "Hey, generate this image 100 times, keeping it the same," and
it looks completely different.
Oh, 100%. Like it always turns them to black. Like I seen one with The Rock. Now The Rock is half black, half Samoan, and I think it was the first 10. He still kind of looked light skinned.
Yeah, but by the end he looked like a fucking troll doll.
Yeah, at the end it was just like some fucking goofy ass finger painting. But it's just like he went through like I think it was like 40 of them where he was just dark, like dark, and it's just like the fuck, like Jesus. But AI is getting better with fingers and hands, so that's terrifying.
Yep, it doesn't look like it doesn't look like a bouquet of sausages anymore.
No, that actually looks like fingers and hands. And
but that's what I used to love about like the AI generation stuff, because I just use shit like that for fun, really. But now it's like people are trying to perfect it, and it's like, one, that's dangerous for so many reasons. There's like a number of movies and books about why AI becoming so smart is bad. And second of all, it takes all the fun out of it. I can't laugh at something that looks like it was drawn by a master artist. I want shit to be all fucked up and wonky and out of place.
Well, and that's my thing is when you perfect AI to the point where it can generate an image. Now, granted, we're not there yet, but we're getting there. It could generate an image that is very hard to tell. And I mean, I'm looking hard, and I'm not seeing the typical fucking, the typical outliers like the fingers, the eyes, the teeth. I'm not seeing any of that, because they showed somebody posted a picture of I forget who it was. It was some politician, and they were kind of being gay, and it is a funny image. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm looking at it. Teeth look real. The eyes look real. Everything looks real except the nut that was on this politician's face.
No.
Now, and that could be simply because the person that generated the image didn't say ejaculation or seminal fluids or cum. They probably used other terms to get the same effect, like
almond milk or some shit.
Almond milk or glue or goo, white goo, or something that is other than nut, because it was a laughable amount of it that this guy was ingesting and taking on the face.
So fucking gross.
Oh, dude, it was funny. I mean, I was dying. But yeah, no, I mean, other than that, if that shit would have looked legit, oh, dude, it'd have been legit.
Man. Someone would have been in big trouble.
Oh, 100%. As that politician also is a politician of the South, and the South is not as accepting of homosexuality as more of the Eastern or the Western states are. So if that looked legit, he probably would have gotten taken out, out of the office and thrown out on the streets on his ass.
Mm-hmm.
And that shit's terrifying.
Even though I feel like there's been so many cases where like those super like hard right guys that are like super anti-gay, like there's like actual proof that shows up of them like hiring male prostitutes and shit.
Well, and that's my thing. Why do you got to create AI? Just give it 10 years and look at this.
And a scandal will pop up. For real.
Shit, I remember there was that one politician that was so anti-gay. He was like, "Oh, this, that, the other. They're terrible people. You know, and come to find out he was having sex with an intern, a male intern, in the bathroom, like they caught his ass. And it's just like, bro, really? Like, really? That's usually when someone hates somebody that much, it's usually a pretty good indicator.
I think the number of people that actually like have legitimate like vitriol and hate in their hearts, I think a lot of those people, not all of them obviously, but like the percentage of people that actually are genuinely hateful people is a lot lower than you think. A lot of it's just projection.
Well, and to be completely honest, I mean, there are people out there that, you know, anything remotely homosexual is, you know, oh my God, and they turn into Vince McMahon. And, you know, I say Vince McMahon because, I mean, you know, I think
they go around shitting on people's heads.
No, I think isn't he like closeted homosexual?
I don't know, probably. Like that whole sex scandal with him came out about like him like taking shits on like the divas' heads and shit and making them sleep with.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how he was having like threesomes and shit.
Well, yeah, no, but I'm saying like if that's what was like found, then there's probably so much other shit that's still behind closed doors that we are now never gonna know for sure. So probably.
Well, I think I'm not sure. I'm just assuming. Sorry, I had to.
The hell does that sound?
That was my Junos being blown. All the shekels
spilling out of your nose like Sonic.
Oh God. It makes the same sound too. But no, fucking yeah, I mean, if you're gonna be that against gays, like it's like, come on, man. We know what you're doing. I mean, it used to be that way too when they were against what was it? It was you know, like the fuck, I am spacing on it now. They wanted people to have basically just normal sex. No like no spiciness.
Missionary only.
Yeah, basically, you know, they felt like, oh well, we need to protect you from having, you know, kinky sex or anything that gets you off, you know, other than just missionary and just soaking it, you know.
Protect two consenting adults from sodomizing each other.
Yeah, you know, that kind of shit. And then come to find out they like dressing up in you know, in bunny outfits, getting just absolutely ramrodded by Mistress you know, Vortex.
Yeah, exactly. And I find that most of the time when someone tries to stop somebody from doing something that's like doesn't affect them at all, it's like I said, like when they're pushing their hate onto someone else, a lot of the time it's projection. It's they can hide the evidence of it behind a masquerade of hate. Like, see how openly I'm against this? There's no way I could be a part of this, and then they always get found out.
Well, and I mean they bring it upon themselves because the thing is I mean, when you hate that much, and not even like legitimately hate, but just outwardly project that you hate, there's got to be somebody going, yeah, we'll see how we'll see that. We'll see if you're actually hating against it or if you just are partaking in it, but you don't want nobody to look at you and dig.
Right.
God, I remember when journalism was about that. Fuck. They'd blow the gates out. They would blow the gates open on all kinds of shit, man. Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's just opinions.
Yep.
Better times. Back when the homosexuals didn't have any right.
When they were on the internet playing Dungeons and Dragons and doing satanic blood orgies.
While the Jew of the group was praying to Baphomet, drinking adrenochrome through an umbilical cord.
Yeah, can we have like a one shot that's set at Bohemian Grove?
Shit, we'd have to get Alex Jones to fucking DM that.
Dude, are you kidding? Alex Jones playing D&D? That would be. I would watch that every day.
Oh, dude, if we could,
so
I tell you, if I could get two people, two like dream people to play D&D with. One would be Alex Jones, but he'd have to be the dungeon master. And the other one would be Henry Cavill, just because the guy's got love for the game. You know, I'd let him play a fucking Warhammer 40K character in D&D. That would be fucking
I would have
fun.
Gary Busey. I would want Gary Busey because the chaos would just be so amazing.
Now, I get that. I do, but I think that would be a little bit of exploitation. And I'll tell you why. Because he had that motorcycle accident. He was never the same from it. And I don't think he's all there because of it. Because he did get that, that brain damage from the motorcycle accident. I mean,
yeah, maybe,
1980s but Gary Busey, yes. 110%.
You have a point, but I'm just saying, like, have you seen that? I think it's like
it's a fake. It's a fake. The buttered sausage. Yeah, it's fake. It's some dude. No.
I'm talking about the Gary Busey commercial that he's in for. I think it's like Amazon Fire, like this Fire Stick or whatever. It's funny. I have to dig it up and send it to you after this. It's so funny.
Because the last thing I saw of Gary Busey, it wasn't even him. It was just some dude that had his face superimposed on, and he was like, "But let's talk about buttered sausage." It's just like, and you watch it. I felt bad because it's just like I was alive during the time when he got into that motorcycle accident. So Gary Busey was on the rise. Now, his son's a damn good actor. I'd have his son 110% because his son's damn near a spitting image of him, teeth and all.
Nice.
But yeah,
I mean, he was Gary Busey was in one of those old school horror movies, right?
I think he may have been in Jason. One of the Jason movies. Maybe. He was in Predator.
I mean, probably. Yeah, I know that.
Well, look it up.
You're probably right. It was probably the Friday the. Yeah, let me look it up real quick.
Yeah, look it up.
Google.
Come on, Jamie.
Well, to Safari because I have an iPhone. Gary Busey. Friday.
But yeah, no, fucking having Alex Jones as a let's see, what am I getting sent here? Oh, okay.
Not seeing anything.
But no, fucking having Alex Jones as the dungeon master. So you guys go to the king and you see him sipping on a chalice of a fluid you've never seen before. Please roll a perception check, please.
That's the thing. Alex Jones never would have gotten canceled if he just put all of his theories into like D&D campaigns. Just told us the truth subliminally.
Shit. I rolled a 19. You can smell that he's drinking adrenochrome. Adrenochrome.
Hard to get that out, huh?
In his accent, yeah. In his voice, yeah. Adrenochrome. There we go. Adrenochrome. I don't like to put water on the frogs.
Okay, so I'm seeing he was in Predator 2 as Peter Keyes.
Yeah.
And he was the Ginger Dead Man.
Ginger Dead Man?
Yep. Gary Busey has appeared in several horror films, most notably playing the titular character, a gingerbread man with a murderous past in The Ginger Dead Man.
Wow, okay.
And he also was in Hider in the House and Crack in the Floor.
Wow. Never heard of any of those except Predator.
Yep.
Well, you learn something new every day. Shit. Oh, fuck.
That Ginger Dead Man movie looks funny. I'm going to watch that later.
Well, what's it on?
I could probably find it on Look Movie.
Oh, you're on one of those sites.
So for legal reasons, no.
for legality
I'm willing
reasons.
I'm willing to bet it's probably on like Prime Video or something. I'll look there first.
I don't fucking know. I got Prime, Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Paramount. I got Paramount for my father. I was like, you know, because there's a bunch of shows he likes on there that he sees on cable TV, and you know they tease you with it, and then they go, oh, the rest of it's on you know, Paramount. And he's like, God damn it, you know, I can't fucking watch any of the things I'm enjoying. So I was like, fuck it, you know, what's it gonna hurt? So yeah, he gets to watch him, and he's like, yeah, you know, I've been watching this show, and damn, it's good. Tulsa King was a lot better than I thought it would be.
I honestly don't. I can't remember the last time I sat down and like even watched like a movie or a TV show or anything.
Shit.
I have Prime Video because it comes with my Amazon Prime subscription. So
yeah, I'll watch the Ghost Adventures just to fall asleep to it. I used to watch The Walking Dead, fall asleep to it, but you know, I was having strange dreams. Being chased down by the Mexican drug cartels is weird.
Are you sure you weren't watching Breaking Bad?
No, I couldn't fall asleep to Breaking Bad. That was too
Breaking Bad's too good of a show.
Yeah, Walking Dead, there's a lot of quiet sometimes, you know, and just dialogue, and it's just like you fall asleep to it.
Yeah, and then you're probably getting like weird dreams because like then you didn't wake up during like the loud parts, and that was just fucking with your subconscious.
Yep, it's just like Carl, Lori, Carl. God, why am I having these dreams about these people I don't fucking know?
Yeah, I binged like all of Breaking Bad, basically like in one go, almost exclusively through like YouTube shorts. And then like after watching like probably 2 seasons worth of shorts chronologically, I was like, I'll just go to whatever service it's on and just watch the rest of it because I'm too invested at this point.
Oh yeah, I saw it on Netflix. And I was like, I'm not really interested in watching a drug series. Like, you know.
It's so good though. Into it, and then El Camino and Better Call Saul. I'd say that Better Call Saul was even better. Like to me, it was so interesting to me. It was such an entertaining show.
So Breaking Bad was damn good because it had you rooting for the villain the entire fucking time. Better Call Saul, same thing. Rooting for the villain the entire time. Like we were rooting for Jimmy to fuck over his brother, but his brother was the good guy. But they painted it in such a way where we were rooting for Jimmy McGill the entire time. Oh, he's going to fuck his brother over. Yeah, teach him. Like, buddy, we are rooting for the fucking villain here. Holy shit.
By all accounts, his brother was like a super, you know, straight and narrow lawyer.
Yeah.
Like,
he was a good guy. You know,
in the real world, he the exact kind of guy you would want to get, but
yeah, and he was a good guy, looked out for his brother to a point. He had a, you know, when his wife left, you know, he had that it's never really explained as to what he fell into, but he fell into something where he you know, started thinking he, you know, was allergic to electromagnetic fields and shit. And granted, we as the audience know what the fuck. Like, you could be sensitive to the shit, but allergic to it, like, what the fuck? There's more to that. And the entire time though, we're like, oh, let's watch Jimmy. Let's see what Saul Goodman's. When's he gonna become Saul? Like, he was Saul Goodman the entire fucking time.
Yep.
Like, he tried to do the right thing sometimes.
Through a sunroof.
Yeah. Yeah, he gave a Cleveland steamer. And yeah, no, I mean, it just you know, we were rooting for the El Camino, though, fell a bit short for me. I'm going to be honest, because it was one of those things where,
Yeah, I mean, for me, El Camino ranks the lowest of the three, but I still thought it was.
Like it was good seeing Robert Forrester again in the last thing he did, because I enjoy him as an actor. You know, I enjoy his work. And it was unfortunate that he passed away, but you know, life gets us all. And yeah, fucking shit. You get to see him again. You get to see him kind of, you know, it was basically like they were trying to wrap up a story that people wanted to know that could have just, you know, been you know, like a footnote at the end of Breaking Bad, because I wasn't a fan of it. I really wasn't. Like, you got to see it was more, hey, we know you guys are asking for you know, more Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, so we're just gonna kind of give you some flashbacks, some, you know, Easter eggs, you know, that kind of shit, cameos, and it's just like,
Yeah.
Like,
if you want to talk about another show though that like stands on its own pretty well, I would say the Punisher series with Jon Bernthal. If for no other reason than half the show was him beating up pedophiles.
well, to be completely honest, the Punisher's superpower is just having that dog in him. Because Jesus Christ.
You're 100% right.
Like so I've finished watching the first season of Daredevil Reborn, and have you seen it?
No, I've seen bits and pieces.
Okay, so because you've seen bits and pieces, I'm going to totally ruin the entire show for you. Just kidding.
That's all right. I wasn't planning on watching it.
Well, somebody that's listening to this may, and I won't ruin it for them. I will say this: the first couple of episodes, I was not a fan of. I was like, but I gave it a chance because I was like, all right, you know, let me just give it a chance. I heard that there was a shit ton of rewrites, so let's give it a chance, you know. And I'm glad I did, because yeah, they introduced some old characters, introduced some new characters, switched out a few characters, and you know, then it almost gets right into it. You know, he's going through his own issues. You know, you get to see Punisher show up. They have their little back and forth, you know, which was good to see. But yeah, ultimately it was damn good. It was damn good. Vincent D'Onofrio, fuck man, he plays Kingpin. I mean, I love his Kingpin. His Kingpin is more grounded, as opposed to like Michael Clark Duncan's Kingpin, where he was, you know, he was Kingpin. You know, this one, we're getting more of a grounded one, you know, where you see little things that just add to the character. You know, he's a fucking force to reckon with. However, he's got little things about him. Like, you know, you see him doing the thing with his hand. That's a nervous tick. I don't even know if it's a nervous tick. It's just a tick. And I mean, fuck, it was, dude, I tell you, when they showed the actress that played Vanessa from the old series in this one, because I heard that she wasn't going to be able to do it, I was like, fuck, man, you know, that's going to kind of take me out of it. No, she's there. Loved it. She did fantastic. I was like, shit. Then they got Tony Soprano's son. I forget his damn name. Michael Gandolfini, I think his name is. He's
I never watched The Sopranos, so I don't know.
Well, you know who Gandolfini is, right?
I know who he is. Yeah.
Okay, so he has a son, and his son's an actor now, and yeah, his son's killing it. You know, he's kind of like that. Obviously, he has a lot of the same mannerisms as his father, which I don't know if that's just, you know, genealogy or, you know, what, but yeah,
I'm trying to emulate.
Yeah, because his father was a damn good actor. And, you know, it's just good to see him doing that and kind of, you know, making his own waves. And yeah, he's good, though some of the shit he says is more like, you know, for the newer generation. You know, he uses some of the shit that they say, but makes sense.
I mean, that's just like the writers, like, you know, trying to like stay relevant with like modern lingo and shit.
And
That's
he's
always gonna
also
happen.
and he's also, you know, supposed to be like, you know, the younger generation. That's his character is like supposed to be of the younger generation, so it makes sense. But yeah, no, that series is damn good. And let me tell you, just because it's on Disney, the amount of violence you get to see is just, I mean, I was sitting there fully erect. I was like, God damn.
Yeah, that's a little surprising considering how like squeaky clean Disney likes to appear.
Well, I mean, they did fucking have Deadpool Wolverine on there. So
yeah, I mean, they bought Marvel, so
yeah. Well, you mean they bought Fox, but the amount of gore in Wolverine and Deadpool was, you know, pretty high up there. But this one, fuck, it's grounded as fuck. You know, I mean, just the amount of sheer violence though, and blood, perfect. Chef kiss, mwah, perfect. If you haven't watched it, watch it. If you're hesitant to watch it, just watch it. It has its problems, sure, but it's still damn good. I enjoyed it.
cool, nice.
Yeah, but that's what Frank Castle's superpower is, just having that fucking dog in him.
For real. I think probably my favorite scene from the show is when he went to like the photo studio and beat the shit out of the pedophile, and then like his the girl, like his niece or whatever, stops him and like, you know, don't kill him. And then he's riding, like they're riding away on his motorcycle. He's like, I should have killed him. She's like, well, you can always go back and burn down the place. And I remember watching it like on YouTube, watching the clip on YouTube, and they're in the comments like, I hate how they wrote Frank Castle's character in this episode. There's no, like, you know, he should have killed that guy. And then like the comment below, it was like, if you don't think that off screen he didn't go back and burn that whole place down, then you're out of your mind. Because there is a whole lot, especially with like the tie-ins with Daredevil and shit. It's assumed that there's so much, you know, going on like off camera that we don't see that still has like relevance to the plot and like drives the plot and drives the character. So like, if you think that he didn't go back and burn that place down and we just didn't see it on screen, you know, especially considering that my cousin has a couple Punisher comics from like way back, or not, well, not way back, but you know, like the early Punisher comics. And let me read some of them when I was younger. That kind of like set the precedent for me for like what I expected Punisher's character to be. And I do have to say, John Bernthal's Punisher does not disappoint. Not for me, anyway.
No, I think he did. I think he did fantastic with the character. Damn good fit. Damn good fit. The guy that plays Charlie Cox, who plays Daredevil, Matt Murdock, I think he did fantastic with that as well. Good fit, real good fit. I mean, for the longest, I was like, is he actually blind? Because I went to school with this girl who was blind, and granted, she didn't do as many head movements as this guy does, but she did still do some head movements. Like if you were talking, she'd turn her head towards you. You know, turn the ear towards you. You know, if there was a sound that was strange, she would kind of, you know, she would kind of like look around, but not looking around, just listening around. But
right.
it is damn good. Because I remember, you know, her and yeah, that shit was wild. Because it was the first time I ever seen a blind person. And yeah, did you know that a blind person's eyes actually don't really look anywhere? They just kind of move around.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I didn't know
just
that.
Like, it's mostly involuntary movement, like just the way the muscles are designed, like move the eyes around.
Yeah,
But
I thought it was
I
so
remember in
weird.
high school, in high school, I had I met this guy through a friend of mine. He was a really super sweet guy. He really, you know, just super calm and zen, and he was in like honors English and stuff. Really smart guy. But he was like completely blind. Like since he was like 3, his vision started to go, and he was completely blind by the time he was like 10. Um, but like his cane, he would like tap his cane around and almost use like echolocation. Like he'd tap around and like, because you know most people who are like who are blind to the point where they need a cane, um they use it to like, you know, feel terrain ahead of them to make sure they don't trip. But he would basically exclusively use it to like echolocate almost, and like if he was walking like through one of the hallways at school, or like he'd be able to tap his cane and he'd like steer out of the way of people that were like 10 feet ahead of him. Like he was that good with it. Or like he'd be able to like tap his cane and be like, oh, there's a wall probably like 20 feet in front of me, and sure enough there was a wall like 20-25 feet in front of him.
Yeah, that shit's
Like it
fucking
was,
wild.
it's amazing how well people can adapt when they need to, when it becomes a necessity.
Yeah, that shit's fucking wild though. But yeah, he did a fantastic fucking job.
Mm-hmm.
He did a fantastic job. Kingpin,
And
100%.
I will say, like, Daredevil's costume design is super. I think it's intimidating on its own. Like the fact that it doesn't have like eye holes or anything, right? Because imagine a guy is kicking the shit out of you, and it's very clear that he can't see what's going on. Wouldn't that make you more afraid of him?
He's
Like, imagine what he could do if he could.
He's got red lenses over the for the eye thing.
Well, in the show, right? But like I'm like in the comics,
In the
and
comics,
shit,
same
like,
thing. He's got like red lenses.
am I misremembering? Because I could have
think
sworn
so.
it was just basically like, hold on.
Yeah, because in the show he wore like a blindfold over his head. It was like it would cover his eyes and part of his nose and the upper part of his head. In the comics, I believe he just had his mask had just lenses, like red lenses that kind of blended in with the mask.
Wow, you are right. I'm totally misremembering.
Yeah, nah, fucking in the show, yeah, 100%. You got this fucking dude with his eyes covered whipping your ass. Granted, a lot of those scenes were dark, you know, in a dark area. So maybe you weren't really focused on the fact that this guy, you know, couldn't see you. But, you know, I mean, yeah, you know, if you see some guy running at you, fucking doing flips and shit, and
he clearly can't see you.
He can't see you because he's got a fucking blindfold on. Yeah, that shit. You walk him the fuck away.
The show and the comics confused.
Yeah, I'd fucking leave. I'd be like, this ain't fucking worth it.
Fuck this. I'm going back to community college. Fuck this. I need to do something with my life.
Right? Some fucking dude can't even see me.
That is something that, like, now obviously suspended disbelief for the term for the sake of entertainment, right? But in these fictional universes like Gotham and shit, right? Why would anyone want to be a low-level criminal? You steal a fucking microwave and Batman swings down and breaks your sternum and both your legs. It's like, it's not worth it to be a low-level criminal. Unless you're committing like mass genocide, there's no point in trying to do anything that's against the law in Gotham.
Yeah, that shit's wild though. Batman fucking just being a dude with technology and skill.
His superpower is being rich. I mean,
his superpower is just being fucking smart. That's his fucking superpower. And I mean, the dude's fucking highly intelligent. Yeah, sure, he's rich. You know, he could use that money to get some gadgets and shit. But at the end of the day, I mean, you can have the gadgets but be a dumbass and not know how to fucking use them.
Well, yeah, but think about the most iconic stuff in the Batman series, like the super complicated, over-designed suit, the utility belt, the Batmobile, Batarangs. Like, you know, that's all a product of fucking Wayne Tech, which wouldn't, like, if he wasn't rich, he wouldn't have half his gadgets. Like, there wouldn't be half of the like iconic shit that's in like the comics and the show and in the movies and games and stuff.
Well, I mean, true. But
all I'm saying is being rich is a superpower, and Elon Musk and fucking Jeff Bezos kind of prove that.
Well, here's the thing. With Wayne Tech, because we saw the Dark Knight trilogy. Wayne Tech was a corporation, but it also had a bunch of subsidiary corporations. I mean, it was, it was basically moving money around and all that shit. And he had an R&D department with, I forget the guy's name, but some Fox and Morgan Freeman.
Lucius Fox.
Oh, yeah, Lucius Fox, which was played by Morgan Freeman. And yeah, fucking, it was, their R&D department that ended up getting him, those gadgets. And 100% makes sense. That's where the whole, it's like, okay, that's the rich, is a superpower. In a lot of the comics and earlier shit, he made his own shit. Like he would get the shit and make it himself.
I mean, like it differs from like depending on like which iteration you're talking about.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's different between each iteration because, I mean, it's believed that Batman is the same Batman throughout the comics. He just gets better. In the movies, though, it's someone else's interpretation of the superhero Batman. When you had Val Kilmer, George Clooney, playing Batman, it wasn't really shown too much, how Batman came to have the shit that he has. It was just, hey, we're going to tell a story that has, has people. I think the one that came close was that people are going to be like, oh, well, what about the first Batman? What about, I'm forgetting his fucking name. That's why I didn't mention him. He's a damn good actor. I just saw him in The Founder.
I don't know. You're not saying you don't mean Adam West, because I'm pretty sure Adam West is dead. So.
Oh no. It's Michael Keaton.
Oh yeah,
Michael Keaton. His two Batman movies really got to give you a sense of both Bruce Wayne and Batman. But we didn't really get to see too much of, how he's come. We got to see like the detective part of Batman in those. Then we got to see the, oh, hey, I'm still a detective, the world's greatest, but I'm also really, I'm Batman in Val Kilmer and George Clooney. With Christian Bale, we got to see more of, a more grounded version of Batman. And it was all right. I didn't hate it. I feel like it was one of those where it doesn't really work too well, because Batman's secret identity only works because very few people know. And it seemed like he was just giving his, oh, I'm Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. It's like, God damn, dude. Oh, Rachel's so hot. I'm Batman.
While we're on this topic, who is your favorite Joker? Like, who do you think is the best representation, like the best adaptation of like the comics, like Joker from the comics?
Oh, Jared Leto, 100%. He left the call. So that's
sorry, I can only take so much bullshit in one sentence.
That's a loaded fucking question.
So I'm definitely gonna get some flack for this because so many people love Heath Ledger, and don't get me wrong, I loved Heath Ledger's Joker. Dark Knight has to be. It was one of like my favorite movies that I could remember watching when I was younger. And Ledger's Joker definitely holds a special place in my heart. But we're talking about like, and it might be skewed because, like I said, my cousin has a bunch of comics. He has a bunch of comics from the 70s and 80s and stuff. I grew up reading like the 70s and 80s comics. So for me, like the best rendition of the Joker that's like closest to that era of comics, which is the series, like the timeline that I grew up with, was Nicholson's Joker. Like the smile, I think, like it's so much different than Ledger's, obviously. I mean, I get it. It's technically a different universe, different vibe. Dark Knight is, well, a lot more dark, a lot grittier for all intended purposes. And in a bubble, I think it does very well. I mean, there's a reason people still talk about Ledger's Joker to this day, but I think Nicholson's Joker, to me, that's iconic.
So Heath Ledger's Joker worked for the world that was being created.
Mm-hmm.
His Joker was very much grounded. It wasn't like this, you know, like the Jokers you see in you know, the cartoons or the fucking comics.
But like even the more recent comics, like pretty much none of them are based at all off of Ledger's Joker.
No.
It's all based so much more off Nicholson's Joker.
And now that one I would argue, because I think it's more based off of the best Joker, in my opinion, was the animated Joker from the Batman series. Mark Hamill, yes. And
I classify that as different because it's animated. It's strictly voice acting.
well, but he made the Joker iconic with the way he portrayed Joker, just like Batman is always going to be played by Kevin Conroy. I'm sorry, you can never have a different voice actor play Batman and still have the same effect as Kevin Conroy.
Okay, I see your point. Like if I'm ranking like the animated Jokers, like the voice roles in the same list, then I guess then Nicholson and Hamill would have to be tied for first place for me.
And that's cool. You know, don't go and be my yes man just yet. But
well, I'm not. I mean, I told you Nicholson's my number one. He's not yours.
But no, fucking Mark Hamill's Joker is perfection. I mean, and it crosses, I mean, it's the comic book, you know, Joker with Mark Hamill's voice. Live action Jokers. Heath Ledger's was good for the story that it was set in.
Yeah.
That's the key point, is the only reason Heath Ledger's Joker was as good as it was is because the story and the setting that it was in, which was a more realistic take on the Batman. You know, his villains weren't superpowered. His villains were more just people. You know, sure. I mean, you could argue that Bane could have been superpowered, but I wouldn't say he was superpowered. I would say he was more just, you know, focused and driven and very much Scottish sounding. You've merely adopted the darkness. I was born in it. You know, so it was very much a grounded series in reality. Like, if a Batman were to exist, this is kind of how he would be.
I can see that.
The Joker, on the other hand, you know, he was psychotic, but it was very grounded. Heath Ledger knocked it out of the park with portraying a very realistic Joker. But as far as ranking him with the other live action Jokers, he's in the same fucking ballpark as the other ones. You know, I'm not a fan of Jared Leto's interpretation of the Joker, because what the fuck? Like, his Joker was so out of place, it didn't make any sense to me.
And he was only in the movie for like 5 minutes anyway.
Well, and that's the thing, is it's just like he's got all these tattoos and his teeth are all fucked up, so he got a tattoo of a smile on his hand and he covers his face like, like, yeah.
Yeah, it just sounds like he's chugging down a flask of coconut milk.
Right? And it's not coconut milk, it's just nut milk. From a horse. The point is fucking, his Joker was good for the story it was set in. Comparatively, so was Nicholson. Nicholson's Joker was good for the story that it was set in.
Right.
You
Okay.
know, which was
But I
closer,
think,
which
like,
was closer to the
in turn-
comics.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, the resemblance not only in looks but also like behavior,
Well, yeah,
and like the mixture of like cruelty and humor. Again, I think that's why I say I think you're right. He's tied with Hamill with Hamill in the animated show for that, because they're both like a very good blend of like cruelty and comedy.
and what sucks is we're never gonna get Mark Hamill's Joker ever again. He made that very clear. He said,
I mean, I can't blame him. He's been doing it for what, like he'd done it for like what, 20, 25 years?
no, he said that he'll reprise his role as the Joker when Kevin Conroy voices Batman. And this was after Conroy had passed.
Got it.
So that was him just saying he's never doing it. And it makes sense. It makes sense because those two work so damn good together.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so damn good. Now, granted, Mark Hamill's voice acting is pretty much exclusive to Luke Skywalker and the Joker, because if you've seen him put on a different voice, it is just his Joker voice.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels so fucking out of place every fucking time. Well, Flashman. It's like, no, it doesn't work. Jay and Silent Bob, same thing. He was like, oh, Silent, or what was it? Was it Bong Man or some shit? Oh, Bong Man. It's like, God, doesn't work. Kevin Conroy, fuck, though, best Batman ever.
Yeah, I remember it was felt through like the whole industry, and like everyone who ever watched the animated show, like when he passed, it was like rough.
Oh, he had it super fucking hard. I tell you, fucking, because I think when he was trying to be the Batman, because what was it? He was telling a story of him trying to get work, and because he was homosexual, he found it very hard to find work, and he just ended up getting lucky with the role of Batman. I think could be misremembering the story, but I remember
that sounds right from what I remember.
But from what I remember, it was his lifestyle choices that kind of got him ostracized out of potential work,
which is fucked up. But I mean, it makes sense that he landed on his feet in the voice acting sphere, because voice acting is like the only acting sphere where it doesn't matter what you look like or who you are kind of as a person, to an extent, right? But
and he got
it doesn't matter what you look like. If you have
Batman.
like a voice for the role, you get the role.
Well, he got to be Batman though at the I think it was the Crisis of Infinite Earths that Warner Brothers put on, and he was Batman. You got to hear him do the voice. You got to see him. Of course, he doesn't look like Bruce Wayne, but hearing that voice, ooh, it's like, God damn. So, yeah, Kevin Conroy, perfect Batman voice.
R.I.P. a fucking legend.
Yeah, no kidding. Just like the guy that does Mark, I think his name is Mark Cullen. He does Optimus Prime's voice. He also did the Predator sounds. Yeah, Heath Ledger's Joker doesn't rank high amongst my Jokers, my favorite Jokers, because it's just it doesn't translate to other settings and other stories well. Nicholson's, his is up there. Joaquin Phoenix, no, his is bottom. His is way at the bottom.
Even below Leto's?
Even below Leto's, because the thing is fucking it. It's his Joker just doesn't fit in any world other than his own mind.
I kind of see your point. I didn't watch the second Joker movie. I heard it was awful, and I heard there was like a really unnecessary rape scene in there, and like
Yeah.
I'm not, the thing is, I liked the first movie. I didn't think it was amazing, but I thought it was good. It kept me entertained. The soundtrack was amazing. Like the violin piece when he's in the bathroom dancing. I will say that was the scene that I really enjoyed. The music gave me goosebumps and everything. If for no other reason than the score, like I think that the first Joker was a very good movie. But you are right. It's not really a Joker. It's kind of like it's a parallel story, and I can see like I could definitely see the inspiration, like the creativity that it took to kind of make this whole rendition of like the world of Gotham and everything, right? Like in it, because it's clearly a different universe.
Oh,
But
very much so.
It's not really a Joker.
See, here's my thing. The Joker with Joaquin Phoenix would have been a good movie if they would have set it in, like a Gotham that wasn't just basically fucking New York or New Jersey. Sorry.
Or if they had the same basis of the movie, like this basically the same movie, but took out all the DC stuff and just called it like Clown or something.
Well, and
it
that's
would
the
have
thing.
done amazing.
That's the thing is fucking, this guy is the Joker. You're basically, it's like an origin story without an origin story. You're seeing how this guy becomes the Joker, and it's like, okay, all right. And then you see the scene where he believes that he's, Thomas Wayne's son. And that scene right there took me out of it. Because it's just like, okay, obviously this is just bullshit. Now at the end of the movie, we're sitting there and, he's obviously in a psych ward laughing. And you find out that the whole story is bullshit.
Yeah, basically just made up in his head.
He just made it up. And it's just like, okay, all right. So then you find out,
but the thing is,
there's a second one.
That's an interesting perspective. I do like unreliable narrator stories. Like that's part of the reason why I like the book I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. That story, because the narrator, or like the main protagonist, Ted, is an unreliable narrator, and I think that's a unique perspective. That's what I'm saying. If you just took DC out of it and named it something else and kept like the basic, like all the basic like major points of the plot, but just took all the DC stuff out, I think it would have been like a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10 movie.
Sure.
Like I said, I enjoyed the movie, but I can't give it anything higher than like a 7.5. It didn't blow me out of the water. The soundtrack, on the other hand, was great, but the movie itself, it's not bad by any means, but it's not outstanding.
Well, and that's the thing. It being a DC movie, it's low for me, because it's just like, it was good, and like you said, if they would have gotten rid of the DC elements there, because when you go into a movie, like for instance, if they say, hey, look, the new Marvel Spider-Man movie. Okay, cool. We're going to watch a new Spider-Man movie. You go in there with an expectation that you are watching a adaptation of either a comic or a storyline.
Right.
So you go in there with that mentality. And it's not because, you're purposefully doing. They gave you that mentality. Hey, it's the new Marvel Spider-Man movie. So you go in there with the mentality of that, and they show you that Spider-Man movie that had the kid that played Carl Grimes in it, where he was Peter Parker, where he turned into the spider. Now, granted, that is a storyline, but you're going to feel kind of like, this isn't that great. This is kind of shit, just like the movie was. Get rid of the Marvel Spider-Man. This kid gets bit by a spider and he turns into a spider. You think, it's got shades of Spider-Man to it. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, shit. It's just a horror movie. Oh, fuck, I didn't know that. Oh, I'm enjoying it a little more. So yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Get rid of the DC elements. Fuck, it would have been a good movie. With the DC elements, it's just like, you rat fucked me on the story. That's what it was. Because now I can't believe none of the bullshit that came out.
Right. I mean, that just loops back to the age-old belief that fandom ruins everything.
Very true. Very true. God, wait till we get to that point. Our fandom just starts ruining everything. As you guys with your Fallout characters just have a gay orgies.
One final gold encrusted middle finger to Postell.
Right. Shit. But on that note, I think we should call it. Because
right.
I mean, I think we talked. I controlled the conversation enough. You know, my Jew ancestors are giving me the nods. So you know.
Okay. Should I give my song recommendation?
Yeah. Hurry up, Jesus! Taking too long. My Jew blood is boiling.
All right. All My Friends by A Day to Remember. That's my recommendation for this week.
I'll be honest, I don't listen to any of your songs that you suggest. I should probably.
That's fine.
Give it a shot. Oh shit.
Yeah, guy. I guess I'll try to know one of my players a little bit. If I have to.
Right. Acknowledge that you have your own personality and not just a yes man to me. Jesus. In other news, we have an opening for a yes man. I'm just kidding. God, that'd be fucking. I'd get annoyed. It's like, fuck, man. Do you just agree with everything I say? Yeah. So your life sucks. Absolutely shit.
I feel like Aurelius would voluntarily fill that spot just to fuck with you.
Oh no, see, he would get sick of just agreeing with me. He would just he would disagree just to disagree. It's like, you motherfucker. Or when he agrees with you, but it comes off as he's disagreeing. Holy shit.
Right.
It's like, dude.
Well, that's just the East Coast in him.
Right? Always gotta be fucking aggressive verbally. Like, like we were having a discussion about let me preface this real quick. So we have a thing going right now, and we'll announce it later. Not a thing between me and him, but a group thing, an orgy, a gay orgy going on. But no, like, I was discussing it with him, and he's agreeing with me, but it doesn't sound like he's agreeing with me.
Yeah, I was there for that.
I was like, the fuck are we even talking about then?
I think I even said, like, to joke around, I waited until there was a lull in conversation, and I was like, I hate it when mom and dad fight.
Yep. Oh, shit.
I want to go over to grandma's house today.
All right,
then I hopped in a call with Mydorth.
You're right. We'll leave you fuckers with that shit. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. If not, let us know. Let us know, in Gary Postell's certain terms. So, yeah, enjoy that episode. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye, y'all.